So, good morning to everyone. And today's class is somewhat lengthy class, probably 1 hour class. It could be taken for 1 hour. So, let us develop some kind of application. That application will be already have given some application to you people, but today we would like to develop a good application. So, look at this. These are the several assignments I have prepared. Several assignments I have prepared here. Out of those assignments, one of the assignments might be electricity department. Already we did this, I think. We did this. So, but even then, I'd like to show you how to perform this entire application and how this application could be. Look at this. There are a certain number of tables: customer table, so bill table, and then pay table. So totally 3 different kinds of tables are available. And here you need to consider. So in customer table, these are the rules and regulations which we have to follow here. I'd like to introduce very important constraint here. That is a table-based constraint with this particular declaration assignment here. So look at this first constraint. First condition is in customer table, usage must be taken either domestic, industrial, or commercial. Only these values could be taken by this particular usage here. Usage could be taken only those values. That is the first constraint you have to enforce on this particular table. And second one is in bill table. In bill, we do have service number, LMR, CMR, usage, and bill. So this could be bill date. This could be taken in terms of in bill table. So that the CMR must always greater than the LMR. So whatever the value you have entered into CMR, it must be always greater than the value of LMR here. So that is the point we would like to concentrate on a bill table. And in pay table, total number of units must be calculated bill dot CMR minus bill dot LMR. So here total units will be calculated based on that particular thing here. And you are expected to introduce in customer table, you are expected to introduce 10 rows. 10 rows must be introduced and enter 20 rows in bill table. So 2 months will be taken into consideration. Bill date will be, so for this date, one particular set of values, and next month or previous month, we will take one more set of values. So totally 20 rows will be gets entered by this one here. And in pay table, you should have some data after enter each row of the bill table. To evaluate this particular statement, write a trigger. You need to understand this one here. Write a trigger here. So you need to understand, write a trigger to find the pay tables data based on the bill. So table which is available with the following conditions. Condition will be, the first and foremost condition will be, actually it is not G, this is F actually. F condition is, so in pay table, oil charge will be total number of units based on the total number of units here. Total number of units is less than or equal to 250, oil charge will be 40 rupees. It is a flat value, that is 40 rupees. Otherwise, oil charges will be 70 rupees. And the condition G will be, so look at this pay table, tax will be calculated. Total number of units is less than or equal to 250. The tax will be equal to, so 5% of total units. Otherwise, 7% of total units. Okay. And the amount will be calculated. Of course, we have implemented this one in the previous. We would like to write each and every point. So I don't want to copy from anywhere else, because previously we have implemented and I have copied. Probably you may get some kind of confusion while writing the code here. So now today I don't want to copy it anywhere else. I will implement each and everything here. After completion of this trigger and after completion of data which is available within the pay table will be always reflected based on the trigger. Okay, if your row can be introduced into bill, obviously pay will be affected here. If you enter any data into the bill table, so one row will be entered, immediately pay will be reflected here. After 20 rows or 30 rows have been introduced, then you have to answer these queries. You have to answer these queries. So these are the specifications. It could be take probably some 40 minutes or 50 minutes to complete of this particular entire assignment here. Okay, so let me come across. Let me open this Oracle here. Okay. So T name. I'd like to while we are displaying the data, so many column T name. So format A some 40. Then it could be displayed in single row. Okay, select everything from TAB. Okay, set lines 100, set pages 50. Then I have to execute this one. Oh, NAME. I have missed out one particular thing here, NAME. Now it could be displayed in single row. Okay, however, so these are not required for us. Now, first of all, we would like to create a particular table, customer. Okay, customer does have customer number. It is primary key. Customer name, it is also, it is not null. Address, probably not null. Service number is primary key. And usage is so not null. Load will also be not null. Load is based on load, we would like to enter the data. But 1 kVA, 2 kVA, 3 kVA, something like this will be there with the load. Okay, however, we would like to enter, we would like to create our table. So based on this particular criterion here, let me copy each and everything and copy to, so this one here, that is, okay, let me create here, then it is very easy to copy and do the application out there. So create table name is customer. So first one is a customer number and customer name and load. All these things will be taken into consideration. Where it is, yeah, taken into consideration. Let me create each and every point here. Customer number of 5, which is actually primary key. So if you want to create a primary key, then 2 primary keys are available here. This is also primary key. Service number also be primary key. So that first of all, we have to define unique here. So I'll explain why unique has been defined here. Not null here, not null, followed by address. Of course, maybe not null, may not be not null. It doesn't matter for us. Okay, let us enter. So not null. And service number, it is also a primary key. First of all, we have to enter, so unique, then it is not null, and this is also not null. So let me give you one extra information here. I'd like to define a primary key on table-based primary key here. Table-based primary keys will be always, already we have studied something about this particular point here. So composite primary key, otherwise it's also called as a candidate key. Okay, candidate key definition will be seems like this. So in our ER diagrams, we have drawn something like this. So in ER diagrams, we have drawn something like this. So let me, so we have drawn something like this. So comma, one more. So this is some A and this is some B. So this will be placed into single attribute, and this is called as a candidate key. So this is called as a candidate key. So how you can define this candidate key, we will see into this one here. The candidate key will be displayed primary key. So actually primary key must be available for only exactly once. If you are give more than once, obviously it could be produce some error message. Already I have shown you in the previous classes or previous sessions. Now primary key of customer CUST-NO is 1 and SER VICE _NO service number. Okay. In this way, you have created your candidate key here. This is the candidate key. This primary key definition is called as candidate key here. Okay, let us copy this one and paste here. Okay, everything will be gets pasted here. So here, this is the candidate key. Okay, then semicolon and what is this? The problem is some space. Space is left over here. That is the problem here. That is the only problem. What is this? NUMBSCRVAC, NUMBER. Okay. So here, not null. So comma is missed. Comma is missed. Yes, your table has created. Okay, take care while putting any commas and all those things. Take care of everything here. This is the way you have to create your table here. After creation of this particular table gets over, then we would like to create one more table. The table is bill. Okay, this particular table is bill here. So bill table will be this also be copied from here to here. So that is bill table. How this could be gets created here. Here also one more table level constraint will be that this is called as table. After creation of all columns, if you define any constraint, that constraint is called as a table level constraint. So similarly, here also one more table level constraint is there. Let me explain you. Okay, create table bill. Okay, then this bill will be taken this many number of things here. So number of 5, and which is the foreign key, which is referring the values of this customer here, customer dot service number, so that REFERENCES references. So service number, so CUSTOMER, so customer of service number here. The same service number could be taken into consideration here. Yes, it's been defined. And then the LMR, which is number of not null actually, not null. It must be taken, and this is also not null. It must be taken. Usage is also not null. So and so here we have some conditions. Usage must be either domestic, industrial, or commercial. We need to access those values only. So for doing such kind of operation, then we have to check whether usage in, so first of all capital domestic D, then followed by industrial, then followed by commercial. And if anybody is trying to introduce lowercase letters, yes, you could also introduce small d or capital I or small c. In this way, you have introduced. Okay. Then followed by this bill date. Bill date is date. By default, the bill date will be system date. So, okay, you may be enter or may not be entered. That doesn't matter here. And after completion of this one, we have a rule. That rule will be, so this is the rule in bill table. So always let me larger about this one. In bill table, CMR is always greater than LMR. Okay, this is the rule. So to satisfy this particular rule, check. So I am writing this particular check constraint at table level. Check whether CMR is greater than LMR or not. Okay, CMR is greater than LMR or not. Let me copy entire of this one. Let me copy and paste over here. So paste over here. Yes, everything has been gets pasted here. Then semicolon, enter. Continuously, this is getting problem here. So copying service number, and anything is missed here. Okay, so here it is missed. Bill date also be gets included. Everything is okay. Now everything is okay. Okay, our table has invalidated. Sorry. Again, sorry. LMR. Sorry. This one. Here it is. Okay. Yeah. Our table has created. I have been copying somewhere else, so that is why everything is merged together. So that is why we got some kind of problems here. However, so your bill table has created, and one more table. One more table is so this particular table, pay table, pay table. So how I would like to create this particular pay table here in the sense. Let me here also let me copy everything to so Sublime. This is a pay table. How it could be gets created. So create a table pay. Let me create this one and copy everything everything from here to here. Let me copy everything from here to here. Okay, let me make some changes here itself. Then it could be somewhat better. Okay, it could be not providing any error messages. Okay, amount also like this. Grass also be seen like this. Yes, however, so service number again, it has also taken the references from the actual table. Let me copy from here to here. Yes. Okay. Customer dot service number and total number of units, of course, not null, and so oil charges also not null, and then tax also not null, and then amount not null, and then gross also not null. Okay, no constraint is being enforced here, only except not null on this particular table. Everything is okay. Let me copy everything and paste over here. So let me paste over here and then semicolon, enter. Oh, again the same problem. Sorry, I could not do anything because things, yeah, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Okay. Yes, your table has created. Your table has created here. Now you could select everything from TAB. Look at this. Yes, all tables have been created here. Bill has been created, customer has created, and then pay has been created. Everything has been gets created. Now, the problem is, so what exactly the next one? So next problem is you have to enter at least 10 rows. You have to enter at least 10 rows into the customer and 20 rows into so the bill table. Okay, for time being, I would like to enter some 4 rows for this one and 8 rows for this one. You please go ahead and enter this many number of rows. So here we would like to take care of the name must be always starts with at least 1 or 2 names must be starts with A. So that is why second character as so A. So that is why we would like to take care while enter some kind of data into so customer table. So with having this particular A will be there or not. Okay. Let us take describe customer. Yes, these are the columns here. Now insert into the table name. Table name is customer values. So first one is so CUST underscore NO. Second one is it is a character, so that CUST underscore name. And fourth one is address. It is also character, so it is also varchar2. So that is why address within single quotes. And fourth one is service number ampersand SRVI RVICE underscore NO, service number, and usage is character, so that usage or area code, whatever it may be. So it is load is varchar2. So that is why let me consider ampersand LOAD. Okay, let me enter the values. Customer number is 100. So customer name is Hari. Address is Macharla. Service number is 1234. Usage is domestic purpose. Load is 1 kVA. Okay, data has created. Customer number is 101. And then some name. Address is Macharla and 1234 1235. usage is 2 kVA commercial. What is that? How many values I have taken here? Only 7. Oh, I'm very sorry. This value could be entered here and this value could be entered here. So that is the problem here. The value is too large for usage. I'm very sorry to enter something like that. 101. Babu is name. Macharla 1235. And then 1235 is the service number. Usage is commercial. So 2 kVA. Okay. Then followed by 102. Kumar, then address is again Macharla 1236, and then usage is industrial, load is so 12 kVA. Okay, then last one 103, then so OBUL, OBUL, and then Macharla service number is 1237. So usage is domestic again, load is 1 kVA. Okay, look at this, select everything from customer. This is the data which is available with me. So for one particular date, we have to enter, so at least 8 rows. For example, 8 rows must be entered. Before going to enter 8 rows, we need to write a trigger, because so if you are supposed to enter some data into this particular table, bill table, as and when you have to enter some kind of data into bill table, it must be reflected into pay, because soon a particular person consumes some kind of so electricity here, immediately he must pay that particular month. So that is why pay table must be implemented. So therefore, these rules and regulations to be taken into consideration, or these are the rules and regulations. Pay table, how you can calculate total units. Total units will be, sorry, where it is, total units. Yeah, this one. Pay table total units must be calculated in such a way. And then in pay table, tax must be calculated in such a way. And oil charges must be calculated in such a way. Okay, all these things will be gets calculated. Afterwards, you have to calculate what is the amount to be paid. Afterwards, the gross might be amount plus tax plus oil charges. Everything will be considered as so gross pay, which is being paid by the particular customer. Okay, particular user here. So for this, let me write a small trigger for this one here. The trigger name will be, here we are writing trigger on bill here, so that the trigger will be so written so like this. Let me write a small trigger. Let me open new file for this one here. Create or replace trigger. Trigger name is bill underscore TRIGGER, bill underscore trigger. What actually we are trying to perform here, after insertion of one row, so immediately, so what is the table? The table must be, which one? Pay table must be reflected. After inserting one row here, pay table must be reflected here. So that is why after insert on, the table name is bill for each row. Please check out the CREATE, replace, trigger. Yes, everything, spellings are correct only. If any variables are required for me, yes, some variables are required for me. Number 1 is total units. Number 2 is oil charge. Number 3 is tax, amount, and gross. All these things are not available with the bill here. All these things are not available with the bill here. Only service number is available with a bill here. Okay. So that is why total units will be required. So let me take total units first here. So declaration will be so TTU, total units. So let me declare with a very small values here. So how this could be taken here in the sense, in pay table, so dot there is a column name that is a total underscore unit percentile type. Okay, sorry, percentile type, not at the rate, percentile type. Okay, then next one is oil charges. So TOC, temporary oil charges. So here also, I'd like to take this particular column directly. So pay dot oil charges percentile type. Okay, this one, and then followed by the amount tax. So TTAX. So in pay table, we have a variable that is a tax, I mean attribute tax percentile type, whatever the type you have been defined with the same. Then followed by amount and gross. Amount followed by gross here. So TAMT. So in pay table, we have AMT is the attribute percentile type. Okay. So gross TGROSS. In pay table, we have one particular column. That column is gross percentile type. Whatever the type you have been defined, the same. Yes, declarations are over. Then begin. What exactly we are trying to perform here? So here in pay table, so total units will be calculated bill of CMR minus LMR. So therefore, TTU will be equal to, how could you get the values? After will be associated with colon U, a bind variable colon U. So colon new dot, so CMR, current month reading minus, so colon, so new dot last month reading. Okay, current month reading minus last month reading. Yes, it could be calculated. Everything gets over regarding to this one here. Then in pay table, what next operation we'd like to perform here? What next is oil charges. How could you calculate the oil charges? If total units will be less than or equal to 250, oil charges is 40 rupees, otherwise 70 rupees. Okay. So based on this one, we'd like to write one small if statement here. If so TTU, total number of units, is less than or equal to 250 units, then so oil charges has been taken by me with the TOC. So TOC will be equal to, so 40 rupees. Otherwise, else, so TOC will be equal to 70 rupees. Okay, and if conditions are gets over regarding to this one. Then here, next pay table, tax will be calculated like this. Total units is less than or equal to, so 250, then the tax will be 5%, otherwise 7%. Okay, let us calculate. If anything is missed, why is it Roshni? Why you are typing here? Okay, let me talk to after some time. Okay, if TTU is less than or equal to 250, then you may be right here also. There is no problem at all. You may be right here also. Okay, directly you could also, because we have taken same kind of condition, though here also you could write. Otherwise, you may be right the separate thing also. There is no problem at all. Okay, then TTAX will be equal to 7% of total number of units. So therefore, TTU into let me write 0.07. It is, I think it is okay. Otherwise, 0.05, I think it is 0.05. Yes, 0.05 it is 5%. Otherwise, tax will be equal to so 0.07%. Yes, it is over. Tax also. So end if tax also gets over. After completion of this tax, we need to find the amount. To find the amount, we would like to take all these things are into consideration. Usage will be taken into consideration. Let me copy here. Afterwards, I will delete everything. Okay. So you'd like to take into consideration here. If so, area code, that is usage. This is actually usage will be domestic, and total units will be less than 50. This is the amount. From this one to this one, this is the amount, and so on and so forth. Many rules are there here. Okay, so therefore we would like to consider something like this. If so, new dot usage so will be equal to domestic. Otherwise, we would like to write so in two forms. That is in. So first one is capital D. Otherwise, second one is small d. Either of these two, then what shall we have to consider? What is our expectation? So total units will be this much, So we would like to take this one here. So then if nested if condition must be written here. Total units is less than 50, then so what is our amount? TAMT will be equal to, so total units into 0.75 paisa. TTU into, so 0.75. Okay. Otherwise, one more condition, 50 to 150. So total units is greater than, TTU is greater than or equal to 50. And if you want to write between and, of course, it's also accepted. So we would like to write SQL pure operators only. Between, so 50 and so 150, then, so what is our activity here? TAMT will be equal to, total amount will be equal to, so total number of units into 1.25 paisa. So else if one more, else if one more, that is 151 to 400. 151 to 400. Total number of units between 151 and 400, then TAMT will be equal to TTU into, so 2.5 paisa, 2 rupees 50 paisa. Otherwise, if any condition will be not satisfied here, greater than 400 here, 1.75 paisa, sorry, 1.75 paisa it is, 1.75. If anything is not satisfied here, TAMT will be equal to total units into, so 2.5 paisa, 2.5 paisa. Yes, all these domestic related conditions are gets over. All these domestic conditions are, first one is 50, then 50 to less than 50, 50 to 150, 151 to 400, greater than 400. Everything is gets okay. Okay, then followed by END IF. Your conditions are over for domestic. Now your usage is not equal to domestic. ELSIF. Else if your usage is not equal to domestic, then what else we are supposed to do here? So look at this. So your usage is not equal to domestic. What exactly you are trying to perform here? You are trying to perform, where is this? Yeah, you are trying to perform, so new dot USAGE usage in, probably that might be commercial, okay, industrial. Let me write commercial first, or small c. Then there are some other conditions. If it is commercial, there are some other conditions. Okay, look at these conditions here. So if, so TTU is less than 150, then there are certain number of conditions here. TAMT will be equal to, so TTU into, so 3.75 paisa, 3 rupees 75 paisa. Else if it might be 150 to 450, so TTU between 150 and 450, then so TAMT will be equal to, so TTU total number of units into 4 rupees 25 paisa. Okay. Then otherwise, if all these conditions will be gets false, this condition is false, this condition also false, in the sense you may be greater than 450. If it is greater than 450, TAMT will be equal to TTU into, so 5 rupees 35 paisa, 5 rupees 35 paisa. Okay, end if. So this is over. Else, if your value could not be, I mean, usage could not be domestic, usage could not be, what is that, this particular commercial or usage, so these two are not equal in the sense. So the final thing is industrial. Okay, we'd like to consider, we'd like to write the conditions for only this one. No need to write one more condition because our table cannot be accepted. So not other than industrial, commercial or domestic here. So therefore, third condition is not required. So if TTU is less than 300, then so TAMT will be equal to, what is the amount here? So TTU into 3 rupees into 3 rupees. Okay. Else if, so TTU between, so 300 and 600. If this is the case, then TAMT will be equal to, so TTU into 5 rupees 50 paisa. Where it is? I have missed somewhere else. It is not 3 rupees actually. It is 4 rupees 25 paisa. 4 rupees 25 paisa. 5 rupees 55.5 rupees. Okay. Else TAMT will be equal to, so if both conditions will be false in the sense, the total number of units will be greater than 600, will be equal to TTU into 7 rupees 25 paisa. Okay. And if this is and if for inner loop, and finally and if for, so the usage loop. These are different kinds of usages here. After taking this one, what exactly we are trying to perform? You need to insert the data into, so pay table here. Is it pay? Yes, pay table. Before going to insert the pay table, we need to find the gross. Okay. Then what is the variable for gross here? T gross. So T gross will be equal to T gross will be equal to, so total amount to be paid plus oil charges TOC plus one more thing. What is that? So oil charges plus tax TTX. Okay, everything has been filed. Now insert into table name is pay values. First one is, what is the first value here? Sorry, what is the first value here? We need to introduce here. So service number. Second one is total units. Third one is oil charges. So let me copy these things into my wait for a while, because I may be miss one or two columns here. So that is why I'd like to copy here. I'd like to copy into this particular area. Later on, I will delete this one. Okay, service number. Where exactly you could get the service number? New dot service number, followed by total units will be in TTU, followed by oil charges will be in TOC, followed by, so tax will be in TTAX, followed by TAMT, the amount will be, so T gross is the last one. Yes, everything has been introduced. Okay, everything has been introduced. Then finally, you have to close your trigger. Yes, your trigger is this. So, and the trigger name. Okay. So this is the trigger continuously. So what exactly we are trying to perform for if you enter any kind of data, if you enter one row into bill, then immediately it will be calculated and the pay will be reflected. Okay. So let us execute this particular trigger for a while. So let me save this one, bill TRI. Okay, bill TRI, bill trigger. Okay, .SQL. That is my file name. Okay, bill.trigger.sql. Let me check out this one here, whether it is being executed properly or not. @BILLTRI. Okay. Yes, your trigger is created without any problem, no compilation errors. Everything we wrote in a proper way. So that is why it has been created. Everything is correct here. Everything is correct and it has been created. Now, let us enter data into, so what is the table? Describe pay, bill. So within this particular table, I'd like to enter some kind of data. So insert into bill values. Value number 1 will be, so ampersand service underscore number, then followed by ampersand LMR, then followed by ampersand CMR, followed by ampersand. Okay, it is usage, ampersand usage, comma bill. So bill date, ampersand. This is the date here. So ampersand, because of this is date, we have to include within single quotes, BILL DATA, BL date. Okay, first service number 100. Service number, sorry, service number is not 100 here. 1234 is our service number. So 1234. Then LMR is, it is domestic actually. LMR is 2 units. Current month reading is some 270. And then usage is so domestic. Okay. So bill date is today's date. Let me say, how could I specify? 05 AUG. So 2020. Okay. Yes, one row has introduced. Completely a row was introduced. Look at this. Select everything from so bill. Row was introduced. Immediately select everything from so the pay. Hope that you understood. Yes, everything has been reflected immediately. Immediately, it has been reflected. You are expected to pay so 557 rupees 76 paisa. Let me enter one more time. Let me enter one more data. Okay, let me enter some few amount of data only because time is we will run out with time. So next one is 1235. It is commercial. 1235 1235. And LMR is again some 10 units. Current month reading is 389 units. Usage is commercial, and the date will be. Let me copy today's date again. Let me copy today's date again because I'm unable to type this one here. Okay, inserted. Probably already I have shown you how this could be displayed. Okay, so otherwise select everything from bill. Select everything from so pay was reflected immediately. Was reflected immediately. Then now one more thing is where it is. Sorry, where it is. Yeah. So 1236 and industrial. 1236 industrial. So let me copy one more time. Let me copy the same one more time and can be pasted here. So 1235. And LMR is 10, CMR is 486, and usage is industrial, and the bill date is, let me copy the same here again because I'm unable to type all these things for a number of times. Okay, created. And finally 1236, I think. Finally 1237, sorry, 1237. 1235. Okay, for twice we have entered. However, no problem. 1234 and 123. Okay. Okay. 123. So 1237. So let me take industrial domestic here again. So let me introduce one more time. 1237. LMR is 2 units. CMR is 356. Usage is domestic. And let me copy the date again. This one here. Okay, look at this. Only 4 rows have been introduced here. So bill and select everything from so pay. Sorry. Select everything from pay. So this is the bills data and this is the pays data. Yes, everything is gets over. Everything is gets over. So actually you people are expected to enter 10 rows in so customer and 20 rows in the bill, so that 20 rows will be affected in pay also. So that is what the expectation from you people, but because of some reason I have entered only 4 or 5 rows only. Okay, then what are the queries we need to address here? First query is display the all customers whose names has A as a second character. So look at this, how this could be solved here. Select everything from customer where so customer name, C name, probably that is C name. I have forgotten. CUST underscore name, not C name. CUST underscore name like. What is that? First character is anything, that is underscore. Second character must be capital A, and the remaining characters might be anything, that is percentile. Okay, these are the two people. Answer for that particular query is these are the two people. That is the first query. And second query will be display all domestic customers. Domestic customers in the sense select so everything from from EMP where so usage is equal to D. What is that? I'm always taking this one only. Customer actually, this is not EMP. Okay, these are the two people who are domestic people. Similarly, industrial, I, only one person. Similarly, commercial, C, only one person. Okay, these three have been completed. These three have been completed. Who is the highest paid customer? Who is the highest paid customer? So here we would like to consider. So who is the highest paid customer here? So you need to identify some particular points here. So let me display one more time. Select everything from so customer. Select everything from bill. Select everything from pay. These are the three tables which are available with us. So we need to display who is the highest paid person. So here you have highest paid here, that is 1610 rupees, and I don't have any name here. I don't have any name here, so that we need to write a subquery here. We need to pick up. So who is paying this maximum thing here? So we need to pick up this one. After picking up this one, we need to display complete information about this particular so customer table. So that we would like to write something like this. So select everything from outermost query will be so customer from customer. So where what is the relationship between pay and customer here? Pay and customer relationship is service number. Only service number is common in between these two. So therefore, service underscore number is equal to, now write a subquery. How could you get this one here? Select. So service underscore number from so pay. So here we would like to select the service number from pay. So here, what exactly we are trying to perform here? So the perform is we need to get this particular maximum value. Okay, the person who is paying this particular maximum value, that is what we are supposed to get here. So that is why we'd like to take the value something like service number could be taken into where. So the amount will be equal to, we need to write, so select maximum of AMT from pay. Two subqueries we have written. So here amount, where amount will be equal to maximum amount who is paying, that could be taken into consideration. So that amount will be calculated here. That amount paid service number will be taken here. This service number will be calculated here. Okay, who is Mr. Babu? Who is Mr. Babu here? So he is the person. He is the person 1235. 1235. He is the person. So who is paying very much maximum amount here? Okay. So maximum amount will be calculated and submitted here. That particular submitted row's service number could be taken here. This service number will be submitted here. So that is the way you would like to write in such a way. And similarly, so we have also taken least paid. Least paid in the sense, obviously we would like to take the same thing, but here, so we just replace with MIN, minimum. Okay, what is the minimum value here? 469 is the minimum value. So 469 is the minimum value. So this particular person is going to be displayed here. Look at this, 100 Hari. So 1235, sorry, 1234 is the name. So 1234 name is Hari here. Okay, so that is the way. Then display the customer details. Customer details. Customer details is customer number, customer name, serial number, bill date, and then total units consumed under gross. So this amount will be taken into consideration here. How you could get all these things here in the sense. So here, customer number, customer name, service number will be available with the customer. Bill date and total units gross is available with. Total units will be. Wait for a while. Bill date is available with the bill, and so total units consumed and the gross will be available with the pay. So we have to extract the data from 3 different types of tables here. So how it could be? Let us see. Select. So what is the first value? CUST-NO, customer number. Customer number, comma, CUST_name, comma. What is next? Service number. Service number will be displayed something like this. So from where you have to display here, because service number is common value, so that CUST-MOER, customer dot service number, comma. Then what we have to specify? Total units, bill date. Bill date. Where is bill date? Here it is the bill date. So bill date, comma. So total units. This is total units here, comma. And then gross. Gross is available from this one here. Gross. From all these values from. So first one is CUST-OMER, customer, followed by bill, followed by pay. Okay, all these tables we have to select the data where customer dot service number, here it is, service number. Customer dot service number is equal to pay dot service number, and so customer dot service number is equal to bill dot service number. I hope that you understand here. Customer dot service number must be equal to pay dot service number. Similarly, customer dot service number must be equal to bill dot service number. So it is an equijoin, because so left hand side we have used the same kind of column. Even then and is there, so we have used the same kind of column here. That is customer dot service number. Here also customer dot service number. So it is called as equijoin. Where it is? CUS. I'm sorry. Somewhere else. CUSTOMER. Okay. Spelling mistake. There it is. Okay. Customer dot CUSTOMER, customer dot, and then here also one more customer dot, and here customer, here also customer, because while typing some mistakes will be gets happen. So that is the problem here. Okay, that is the problem here. Okay, so here same value could be displayed for several number of times. There is no problem at all, but it could be displayed in such a way because number of times the data will be displayed here. So that is the basic point you need to understand. Okay, so this is the way. This is the query. Then followed by display total gross amount paid by the customer, customers group on their service numbers. Okay, this query could not be solved at this moment. But let me write the query here. But it could not be solved at this moment here because so we don't have that much data, that much amount of data in pay table, that much amount data in bill table also. If huge amount of data will be there here, huge amount of data for domestic number of people, for commercial number of people, for industrial for number of people, some 6 to 7 people or 8 to 9 people are there for each and everything, then it could be very easy to solve this particular question. Okay, I'll give you, so I'll solve this particular question after enter much amount of data to you. Okay, and let us change this one from right away from so January to August, because we have entered so this one here. And 10th one also not supposed to be solved here because a huge amount of data is required for 10th one. So find the total number of amount paid by the customers during the month of January. So here instead of January, we would like to make it as So August, okay. So how it could be, So instead of this particular August here, okay. So select everything from where exactly we need to get the bill date. Bill date will be across, yes, bill only, everything from bill. So where, so 2 underscore CHR, okay. 2 underscore CHR of bill date, comma, month. Would like to have only the month, okay, will be equal to, so will be equal to August, AUGUST, probably AUGUST, August. Okay. Bill underscore date, sorry, bill underscore date, bill underscore date. No rows are selected. What is the full form of August here? Let me type here somewhere else. AUGUST, yes. Otherwise, we'd like to take MON and like AE, like AUG. It is better way to display it. Okay, these are the people. All people are paid their bill in August only. All people are paid their bill in August only. Okay. So to display the values of 8th and 10th query, we need to have huge amount of data. Huge amount of data is required. So that is why. So I'd like to give you these two. So after enter some kind of data, so I'll send the specifications to you also. So this is the way to solve. This is the way to solve or to run one particular small application which is related to electricity department. Okay, look at this. This is the way. So I'll send you this particular document to you people through Google Classrooms, and you please so try at your home and send the same within 2 days. Within 2 days to back. Okay, and also specify the same thing to the, also intimate to all of your classmates to go through this particular video so that people will get some clear idea. Okay, thank you.